Oh, I'm on YouTube, but I'm not mad. I don't give a fuck about views. Like I throw shit up just to throw shit up. Come on. Wow. Yeah. Here. See ya. All right, that happened. For me, it's literally just going in, like looking at the play and seeing how the defense is aligned. And when I hike the ball, watching what they do and then making the right reads, the right options, the right choices. It's just much like Savage. Hey, the boss is doing this. What do you do at this point? It's like, if you watch, because I know there's a little delay, but I pulled up the play art. This is an RPO. It's called a run pass option. So if I do nothing, I'm going to hand it off to the running back. But yes, correct. If I watch the defense before I hand it off to the running back, based on what the defense does, I can hit circle or square and throw the ball. So it's very much, I gotta watch what's going on. Right. Should have put more air under it. Yes. This is the two-man dynasty right here. Oh, no, no, no. I'm a Gators fan, do or die. And my buddy in the duos, he's an OU fan, Oklahoma, do or die. So that's how we got that. Now in the big dynasty, I'm a Virginia Tech fan as well. And he also happens to be kind of a Miami fan, which is weird coming from an OU guy. But he is. So that's why we're running Virginia Tech and Miami over there. Hold that fucking block, please. There we go. Play. No, it's literally a couple quick clicks of a button. Because I got my YouTube and my Twitch both tied to my PlayStation, so I hold the stream button, go over to that, and just select whatever I want, name it whatever I want, and send out the links. So I overperformed year one, and my buddy kind of kept discounting me for that. He's like, "Bro, you went 13 or 12-1 in the regular season." I was like, "Dog, I'm telling you, I should have lost 4 games in the regular season. Like, I'm telling you straight up. Like, I got lucky." He's like, "Whatever, blah blah blah," discounting it. Then we get into the playoffs, and my first game in the playoffs, I lose. I got beat by a touchdown. He's like, "What the fuck happened?" I was like, "Dude, I told you, I overperformed." I was like, I looked past my opponent for number one because the team I was going to play in round 2 of the playoffs, I was like, that's the team I wanted to play. I was like, I got caught. I ripped my team off, ripped my opponent off, and I got caught. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I was like, I should have never been here to begin with, and I recognize that. My team was not as good as what they appeared to be if you look at the record. he ended up going on to win the national title. He won everything. He won it all. But Kira asked me, he's like, who are you most afraid in the playoffs? I was like, honestly, I was like, I'm most afraid of my buddy. I was like, because he can adapt in a way a computer cannot adapt currently. And my team is not that good. Like, they were talented and I had pieces, but they were not that good. So I'm most afraid of him because his team is substantially better than I am right now at this point. Now we're in year 2, that script is flipped. A lot of his team was upper class heavy, meaning seniors and juniors. And he had a lot more seniors than he had juniors. So those dudes graduated. Yeah, exactly. I was already young. Now I found pieces like that were studs and could perform at a high level, and then brought in even more good players that were young that I know can perform at a high level. And that's also why I'm in practice mode, because I subbed in a lot of those young guys on defense to see how they're doing. And they are performing where I want them to. Whereas my buddy now is figuring out his team, trying to find his identity. I already know my identity, who my team is, and what they're capable of. So now if I run into him this year, which I will, because I have to play him in the regular season, I have the better team. But had I run into him in year 1, oh yeah, he should have mopped the floor with me, hands down. So that's really what practice mode is getting your guys in, just seeing how they perform, seeing what they're capable of, and then making your decisions based on that. Like the running back that I start, I would not have started in year 1. The problem was when we were dealing with sliders and everything, which I talked to you about, my original starting running back went down in game 1, and he went down for 15 weeks. That's the entire regular season at that point. So the guy I'm starting at running back now went in. And my offense changed drastically. Like, dude was an absolute stud. Fit everything I want out of a running back. Fit my offense. The whole 9 yards. So when we restarted, once we got everything to a good point, I automatically put him as the number 1 running back. And, yeah, the dude tore up everybody. I was like, that's what I'm looking for. And then I found a couple other guys who performed at a very, very high level throughout the year. Who are now starters going into year 2. Whereas, again, my buddy, he's starting a lot of freshmen. So now he has to figure that out. Like, who are my playmakers? Where I've already done that. Yeah. Yep. That's always really been my mentality. Like, because again, they base it off the roster in real life every year. And I got to look at that roster and say, hey, does that fit what I need? No? Okay. We're going to start young and we're going to find what we have and then go build from that. Do they fit what I need? Yes? Okay, cool. Then we can play off of that and just recruit and maintain and just get better as we go. But either way, we're getting better as we go. I play a lot of get my guys in space and let them make a play. my mentality has always been my athlete versus your athlete, my guy versus your guy. Who's going to make more big plays throughout the course of a game? That doesn't mean I'm not going to give up big plays. I absolutely am. But I just need to make more big plays than you. Does it cost me games? Absolutely. Does it win me a lot of games? You're damn right it does. Yep. Come the fuck on. Yep. The next play was not any better. That was dirty. Hold on to that, please. But yeah, with Florida, I very much run a mentality of speed kills and my athlete versus your athlete. So there's a lot of one-on-one coverages, a lot of jump balls, a lot of just one-on-one situations in general. And I just want dudes to make plays. Oh no, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And wear and tear is a very big thing in this game. Um, every hit matters. It accumulates over the game. It accumulates over the season. And this is a new thing to this iteration of the game. Yeah, and year one, like the number 21 in the backfield, like year one, there were points in the game where I was like, dog, get the fuck off the field. Like, I need to lean on you, but I got 6, 7 more games to go, and you're getting beat the fuck up this game. Like, get out. Like, let somebody else take the hits for a while. Now, fortunately, I was lucky, and I've got some good dudes behind him, but I had to make that realization and get him out for that game. So yeah, it's definitely brought a whole different mentality to this shit. Cause yeah, that dude is not built to take hits. He's built to bust home runs for me. Well, he is my runner. He is the running back. But my quarterback can also run. I add that to a thing as well, which not a lot of people can do. Because if you have a quarterback that can run, they're typically not as accurate as a guy who can't run. But as a running back, like you're gonna have to understand, sometimes you're gonna have to run up the middle. And right now I'm trying to fix my offensive line so I can run up the middle. Hold on to that, bitch. All right. Well, no, yeah. When I get to a pass play, I'll hold it up for a second so I can you'll be able to see it while I talk about it. Because there is also a lot of shit I'm not showing in pre-play or talking about. All right, good. So here we have a good play. This is a play action, so I'm gonna fake the handoff to the running back. So let's say I've been running a lot of plays in a row and keeping it on the ground instead of passing. So hopefully I can get them to bite. Now my eyes are between the M and the linebacker to the right of him, on the same line as him. My eyes are literally between those two. I want to watch what the two guys deeper than them are doing, plus them. So for square, I have to watch the two deeper guys, right? Because if they drop deeper, square is done. Like they're both going to take that away. Like they have too much reaction time. If I try to even split them, they can react and pick it off, or they can tip it, like deflect it, whatever. So my primary route is circle. If those linebackers stay shallow, then I can hit circle. Shallow meaning they're 5 yards off of the ball. Oh, shallow. I'm sorry. So if they stay 5 yards or less, then circle is a good option. Now you see the corner on the far right. He's got a star underneath him. He's also playing a huge role in this. That's why I say to the far right. The far right. There's a star on the far right. He's between the 25 and the 20. Yeah, on their team. So if he stays where he's at, in between the 25 and 30, circle's not an option. I have to go X. So I'm going to initially, again, I'm watching the two players on the 25-yard line. If they stay where they're at or closer to the ball, then circle's open. If they stay between the 25 and the 20, then I need to watch that star. If he comes up to cover X, then circle will be open late, but I have to be willing to hold on to the ball that long. Does that all make sense? So just watch how it plays out then. Yeah. And a lot of it is just there's 11 other players you're trying to watch. You have to watch multiples at the same time to understand what they're doing. Yeah. Right. And that's where I was trying to keep it simplistic, because I understand coverages and everything. And when I say that, I understand what coverages I'm talking about. Correct. And then I.
Just didn't give it to the runback because the defensive line entirely.
Well, yeah, and it was play action, so I was never giving it to the running back. The idea was to fake it to him, to get them to bite on that. So I went into um, replay mode. Both my safeties, the two deepest guys, those are the safeties. They stayed deep. They didn't cross the 20. One of them, yeah, and that. Say it again. Yes, correct. Yeah. Because yeah, the guy, the corner.
So here's my question. So this part right here, right? Why did you run right instead of left?
So initially, that's just how the play works. It was a play action rollout right.
I know, I understand that. So my understanding of this game. So when you played this right here, keep going, and you passed it to X.
Yep.
All the way when you passed it to X.
As far as
Okay, so here you're in control of this character, right?
yes, correct.
Why did you run right and not left?
So initially, again, where I'm saying the play call,
Yeah.
when he fakes it, it's a rollout. So the quarterback automatically starts rolling out to the right. So I just continue with that because everything is going that way. Now, as far as why I continued with that, because all my routes were going to the right. So yep. Right.
So my question was, why did you continue to run right and didn't pivot left to get more yardage?
So I have no control over X until he catches the ball.
So at this point, you still have no control.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Like right now, in a second or two, you're gonna catch up. Right now, what I'm looking at, this is where where I get control of him. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So now I have control of him. So either, yep. So if he doesn't break that tackle and he just gets tackled, that just is what it is. You live with it. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Yep. So I'm happy. I got 5 yards out of the play. Hey, I got 5 yards to go to a first down and a fresh set of 4 downs. Yep. Yeah. And it's a weird. I fucked that up. Oh, nope. That was not as bad as it could have been. I would assume it would be considered a fumble. But yeah, there's a lot of shit I learned not to question in the game, just to enjoy it, or I'm gonna hate this game. Because yeah, they haven't even released their first overall gameplay tuning patch, which is coming. Yeah. Because first game in 10 years. I did not mean to press that button. I haven't actually looked into it. I know they mentioned that they did bring a lot of the original guys back from the original college football game. But there are also a lot of new faces too. Like, for example, there was a mod group that kept college football 14 alive for a up until now. They brought those guys in because of their passion for the game to help with the new game. Yeah. So they came in, they helped, etc. But yeah, the team for sure is just very overall passionate about the college game in general. Whereas you look at Madden, it's just a money sink. Ultimate team, ultimate team, ultimate team. Pull your packs, pay money for it, etc. That's the beauty of it. The college franchise, even when because Ultimate Team crept into college football in the 2013 game, and it was there in the 2014 game. But the amount of time spent in it was so minimal compared to the people who just wanted to play through the dynasty mode, play through season after season. The level of, hey, this is what I give a fuck about, is so vastly different. Because in the college world, we don't care about Ultimate Team. We want to play through seasons. We want to play our favorite school. We want to lead them to titles. We want to build up programs. This, that, and the other. So yes, it's in the game, but nobody cares about it. Like, I've played Ultimate Team maybe 2 hours versus I'm already through a full fucking season in Dynasty mode. Like, this is where most college players live. Well, the Dynasty mode, meaning like, hey, I'm going to load up my Dynasty, I'm going to go into practice mode with the current team that I have from whatever insert season, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, whatever. I'm going to figure them out and get better with them. I don't care about Ultimate Team. I don't care about the microtransactions. That's not why I'm here. Oh, they're there. Don't get me wrong. Again, for Ultimate Team only. Hey, pay $5 and you can get a pack of cards with a chance at this. But again, yeah. So here, let me show you. Let me back out of this. Alright, so yeah, I'm in Dynasty mode where we play through the seasons. So I'm going to back out of here. And you'll see it, obviously, the stream catches up. But then we have Ultimate Team. This is the card collecting game. I really didn't see it, so I really didn't pay attention. But yeah, so now I'm in Ultimate Team, which you'll see in a second. So this is where you got your challenges to earn different like coins and cards and shit. But then, do what? So in Madden, people live for this because this is the quote unquote competitive mode. It's the money sink. It's when they hold tournaments and everything where it's centered around Ultimate Team. So basically, who drops the most money and who's actually good on the sticks with their team that they built or got lucky enough to draw, whatever. For me, all it's about is I want to build a team of my favorite players in college football's history and play with those guys. Now, albeit they're absolute studs, but I'm not dropping money into this. I'm still not dropping money into it though. Yeah, so I learned, me and my buddy that are in that two-man dynasty, we've done Ultimate Team before. We've climbed the ranks in Ultimate Team. But we learned how to work the marketplace, much like the stock market, to be able to earn coins to get really good players without actually having to spend real money. But that would mean, so the way we farm dailies in 14, right? Imagine if you could just pay money and say, hey, I got all my 720 gear right now for $50, right? You can, yes, correct. Or I run my dailies every day. Or in this case, I log in and I go to the marketplace every day and I work the market looking for people who are stupid and either forget a number. So like, easy example. Let's say somebody sell a certain card sells for 250,000 coins, right? Let's say somebody is just rushing through the process to post that card, and they actually set him to sell for 250 coins versus 250,000. Well, you just snatched him up for 250, and now you don't make that mistake and sell him for 250,000. Or just again work in the market. Hey, normally this player goes for 20k, but we're in a huge market flood right now. I can get him for 7k. Now I'm gonna hold on to him for a week or two. Now he's back up to 20k. Now I'm gonna sell him. So we figured it out. So we were able to field really good teams and compete at a really high level. But that's what the Ultimate Team is all about. And so it is. It absolutely is. But again, it's a money grab for them. So we would literally log in and just 3-4 nights a week, all we did when we got on the game was hit the marketplace up for 3-4 hours just to make money to get the cards of the players we wanted on our team. And we were able to beat top tier players. Oh no, you're right. Because again, next year, it's coming out and you're starting all over again. Like, whatever you had this year, if you dropped $1,000 this year, number one, you're an idiot. But number two, you're doing it again next year. Because you're starting back from ground zero. So we really only did it the 1 year just to prove that we could. But that's why I say, like, I know we're top 10% players in the world. Because we face all sorts of dudes. We face top 10%, like actual guys that were ranked in the top 10%. And we can beat them, we can hang with them, this, that, and the other. But yeah, like the Ultimate Team, we kind of stay away from. It's just, for us, it's all about playing the Dynasty mode with each other. Just going through season by season and just having fun with that. Like, hey, can you continue to bring in the guys that fit your style, and what can you do? And that's where we get the fun out of it. But yeah, Ultimate Team, whole different world. I don't even really want to dabble in it, aside from just having fun with all the same guy or all the guys that I'm a fan of on one team. But even then, like solo, I'm not gonna go play competitively. There's too many dudes out there that cheese the absolute fuck out of it and know how to abuse the AI, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, that's not a level of how good you are. All that says is, hey, I know how a computer program works, so I can abuse it. And really, somebody told me how the computer program works, so now I'm just copying what they told me to do. Yeah. Yeah, because if you hit the top tier, these dudes are playing real football based on what you watch on Saturdays and Sundays. Yep. Yeah. Sorry, I was using the bathroom. You were talking, I was just listening. Um, Mandarin joined for a little while yesterday. Honestly, if I join voice chat like that, like randomly, it's more to just let people know, hey, if you want to just come chill and talk, cool, I got you. If you don't, that I'm fine either way. I'm doing what I'm doing, much like you do, because I see you in here all the time too. Yeah. 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 I was kind of stunned, but again, it don't bother me, man. Like, hey, if you want to join, you want to join. If not, I mean, hey, missed opportunity to get to know me as your FC member. Right until I told you about the actions. Right. So number one, they went off, right? We looked, like, all right, there's no AA agents on. It was me, Calypso, and Mag in the party at the time, right? And I made the joke, I was like, I could just message Ikun, right? And just let him know. And they kind of ran with the joke and everything. I was like, oh no, I absolutely messaged him. They're like, no, you didn't. I was like, oh, I 100% did, just to fuck with him. Because again, I knew about Mira doing that all the time. That was at the back of my mind. Or forefront of my mind. And then when he actually logged in, oh dude, I lost my shit. I was like, this motherfucker. I was like, I appreciate it, but I swear to God, he better know I wasn't serious about actually activating him. Oh no, no, I know, I watched, cause I hit my capital X, capital D, fucking laughing face, and I said R.I.P. Ikun, and everybody else is like, hey Ikun, hey Ikun, hey Ikun. Y'all got no fucking idea right now. Yep. Oh, I 100% paid attention. I lost my shit when that happened. So I hit you up with the other shit. I was like, please tell me you didn't think I was serious. Oh man. It was glorious. It was Sunday, yeah, Sunday. The real problem with that is I messaged you literally 5 seconds after they dropped. It's not even like I gave it time. Calypso and Mag were calling me out, and I was like, oh no, this dude was messaged right away. Oh man. Yeah, nobody was on, but again, I was just giving you shit. I didn't give a fuck. I've been running my level 100 characters for most of the dailies, anyways, just for the Heliomet, whatever. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like, I didn't even actually care. I was just doing it because I knew for a fact Mira did that all the time. Right. It's literally labeled action agents. Awful fucking throw, bitch. Do what? Oh, that deep one? Should have. One of my quarterbacks just he's young. Oh, he absolutely was. Just my quarterback overthrew the fuck out of it. Yeah, the stars are like, hey, we've reached. So you do have to reach a certain threshold as far as your quote unquote overall goes. But yeah, they definitely mean they're like they are studs on your team and like players to watch out for. That's why I say like, because I know Circle, even though he just came to my team, like I've looked at his stats extensively. Like I know he's a stud. Like I know he should have made that catch if it wasn't overthrown. We'll see a play here in a second. That makes my point. It's another deep shot. So yeah, quarterback. Yes and no. My quarterback has amazing short range and mid range accuracy, and he's a great runner. And I started him all of last year as a true freshman. Sometimes you got to take the shot and hope the accuracy is there. The problem is everything behind my current QB is not any better. Well, no, and there is a recruiting aspect. Again, we're bringing in new players every year. So I'm not saying you're wrong. Did Triangle go purple? I'm way beyond that, but I can still answer that. So that means that player had an ability that activated on that play. Whether it's like, hey, basically guaranteed catch or this, that, or the other. But that's why it went purple, because that's the highest level ability. That's the platinum tier ability. And it activated on that play. The problem is I don't have time to see all that every play. I'm looking at my routes and everything pre-snap, and then once the snap happens, I just got to make reads. And you might be right, but pre-snap I might have read something else and never even looked that dude's way. Yeah. When I'm answering, I'm just giving you like a pure football perspective because Baby Fisher, he just started like football competitively last year in the 2023 games and wanted me to teach him. And I'm trying to figure out how to teach in this game because there's a lot of things I do just naturally because I've done this so long. And when I look at a play pre-snap versus what I'm seeing, I'm like, okay, hey, you got two safeties over the top. Everybody's literally directly lined up with their guy. I read man coverage. Like here's what I'm seeing, like based on the routes that I'm running. So here's my number one, number two, number three. Now somebody coming in, like in your case, who doesn't necessarily see all that, is like, hey, triangle went purple. Why didn't you throw it to him? He was wide open. That's after the snap. I may not have ever even put that into a reality in my mind, especially because that kind of shit is new to this game. So I'm learning to that point. I'm relying on old habits right now and adapting new habits. Yeah. Yeah. And that's really what it is for this, because the abilities do some overpowered things and they don't happen every single play. So you can't rely on it. Like, you need to keep it in the back of your mind. Hey, this can happen, but I can't go in every play looking for that, because it's not going to happen every play. Yep. Fuck you, bitch. Welcome back. More or less to your point, it's easy to go back and look at game film. Again, all I can do is keep that cognizant in the back of my mind. Hey, the player has this, and he can break open in these situations. So do I need to maybe move him up in my read list? Because typically, like when you look at a passing play, for example, you're going to look at the defense, where they're laid out initially, and say, okay, they're probably running this. So my initial read is this, and then this. And then this if I have to go to a 4-3 if I have time. Because you're only given 3 seconds at most to make a read and get rid of the ball. Over 30 seconds, count yourself dead. You're done. You lost yards, sacked, game over. Next down. Yep. Mm-hmm. There are 200. There are actually not 200. There are over 100 abilities in the game.
Okay. So do you not know what that player specifically
I have
is?
not learned all of those yet. No,
You haven't looked it up or anything like that?
I've looked them up and read them, but
I mean his specific
oh,
abilities. Because
him.
the thing is, so like, let me back up. So
Yep.
like, no one expects you to know 100% of it. Say, granted, like, superlative level $1,000,000 percent, whatever. Yeah, you might want to walk in there and know what the stats are, right? Yeah, you might want to know the game, right? Now, what I'm saying is, from a player perspective, right? You have a player on your team that has a special ability that activates every time you hit the game. Tell me this, what that is.
So this player, because it was the triangle was my tight end on that specific play. So
Okay.
for him, no, I don't know what it is yet. Right now, I'm because he just got that this year.
Okay, so that answers my
Yeah,
second question, because that does refer back to your question that you do not know what this is, because that is an available resource, right?
right.
That is a hindrance for you to not know what it is.
No, no, and you're correct. Right now, I'm still in the point that I'm in the preseason. So right now, for me, it is literally figuring out what guys can do without their abilities. So I'm not even taking abilities into account right now. I just want to see overall what can you do.
So here's my question: how often do abilities activate?
Sometimes you'll see them activate back to back to back. Sometimes you'll see them activate once and then 5 or 6, 7, 8 plays later activate again. So it's not something you want to rely on.
Well, true. My question is, what's the percent rule? Because let's say for some reason or another, like there was, I don't know, 20 or 30 players that made you want to pull, that you yourself specifically made you want to pull, which would be double for the advantage of that second pull. Assuming the ball doesn't get to you back and forth as like the game as we understand it is. If you're in 60 plays in a game and this ability activates 30% of the time, well then that means that it would activate half of the time for you, right? Because you are the other half of that play specifically. 30% of the time would be mostly half of your time playing.
So to just to put that into perspective for you, because I see where you're coming at, and it's close to right. The average amount of plays in the today's college world is about 65 plays offensively per team.
Okay.
Per team. So that
Okay.
means
So if
130 plays on average per team. Now that can range anywhere from 60 plays per team up to 95 plays per team is the highest we've seen. That's just offensively. So we're ranging anywhere from 120 to 190 plays per game. And if it's only hitting once every 10 plays, we're talking less than 5%. Like at the highest.
right, and I understand that, but then again, from my perspective, that resource also limits me because
No, no, and you are correct. Like you gotta know what your guys are capable of. But when you're dealing with, so right now I'm in practice mode, right? So you're seeing the same 11 guys over and over and over and over and over. Now in a real game, I have to deal with wear and tear. I have to deal with fatigue. I have to deal with stamina. So in reality, I'm probably running out 20 guys on offense on any given play over the course of the game. So I have to memorize and know what 20 guys are capable of. So that's why I say, right now in practice mode, I need to see what you're capable of without any abilities. Like, I don't give a fuck about your abilities. What are you capable of? Now, I'm going to start to dive deeper and really figure you out. Because that's what we do, and I will probably start that by Wednesday. Um, the time when we sped up if my buddy was home, but he's working abroad for the week, so I know I have time. Hence why I'm focusing 14 in the middle of the week. Well, even just during the week. But yeah, you got to know what everybody's. You are correct, like, because that plays a role. The blowout loss I had last year in season one, where I lost 52-14. Maybe had I known some guys' abilities a little better on offense, I might have done better. On defense, I had nobody that was like standout. Just I was what I was. But yes, you are correct. Like, you gotta know these things. But I have to know it across not just my offense, but I also have to know it across my defense and then my special teams. So now we're running into 50 out of 85 players. Like, I have to know what guys are capable of. It's a lot to tackle. Like, people look at sports games, especially this game. Like, for instance, they're like, oh, it's a sports game. I'm like, there's a lot more to it than that. Like, there really is. Like, you're balancing and weighing a lot of shit and trying to figure out a lot of shit. Like, but to your point, like, there's a reason Triangle, the guy that was Triangle, there's a reason he's where he is. There's a reason he's a starter. Because I've read that at some point. I'm like, yeah, you're performing at a certain level, but your abilities also give you the ability to perform at the next level. And you've done it enough that you need to go to be my starter. So I understand it enough to that point, but I don't understand it necessarily true enough yet to an every play level. And most players won't. They just won't. And it's just because, again, you're weighing a lot of resources. Imagine, well, and you've already seen it. 14, knowing what every single class can do at every single opportunity, knowing all their abilities and what they do in Savage mode, right? It's a lot to keep up with. Yeah. No, no, and I get it. I get it. There it is. That statement right there. That, that. That's what I'm getting at. That's where I understand my players from. From the basic standpoint, I understand what you can and can't do. And that's where the learning curve comes in. Now we're diving deeper and really trying to truly understand everything. Right.
Like if you're in a retro era like that, they just understand that process. And they just realistically, I don't actually want to pick up one player. I really don't. Like you don't pick three first, you're gonna pick a fifth. Even if they're great, but you don't pick them. Andrew Hill is still my biggest, and this is sad. So it's like, I don't know. Like I do understand Mitchell Trubisky is bad. I know he won.
Right.
And I do understand why Justin Fields stinks. I do understand why Mitchell is horrible. And I do understand why Fields are great. I don't really care. But I don't main those players. I mean, I can't main 50 players. But I understand them enough to know respect them for the game and just the football. You know?
That's fitting my role 100%. So what you're watching with my team, right? When I'm running these
What I'm
plays.
watching from a new perspective, because I
Yep.
don't understand
Yeah.
like football at all
Yeah.
as an athlete.
I'm running very specific types of players. So they all fit into different roles. Like certain guys are tight ends. I mean, they're quote unquote supposed to be a mix between linemen and receivers going downfield for passes. I run them for being purely for downfield for passes. I don't care what you bring for me defensively. I don't. I got other things for that. My receivers, all I want you for is high damage. That's it. Period. I don't give a fuck what else you bring. High damage. That's all I'm looking at.
So here's the thing that bothers me, right? Like I do, like I thought I did trouble with my league because a lot of teams have a lot of young kids
Yeah.
in the NFL play. You have to find a connection of the game with someone who understands. So you just hit me with linebacker damage ultimate. I have no idea how that works. Like what is a linebacker? What is damage to the game? Like okay, usually a linebacker is damage. I don't know what the fuck that means. What is damage? What does that mean? What does a linebacker work? What does a linebacker just do? I don't know.
Oh, 100%.
So like you gotta freaking terminology in the IDF because like I literally I struggle with explaining it to people because Somali is fucking gangbangers.
Wow.
Like literal drugs because that's what they understood.
Right.
And which shoot me like laser exact cut out scheme at the end of it. Like a little bit of bullshit. And we got there. Like and that's what it is, man. It's just I get what you're doing. I understand it. And you just threw out like 4 to 6 terminology words that I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck that means. I know what damage means. Because Dame Jackson is hurt, but like I don't know what the fuck that means. Like
Yeah.
what does damage mean? Like linebacker damage. What does that mean?
So yeah. Because I've been sitting at the same screen, you still got my share screen pulled up, right? My stream, whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's live, we got it
Yeah.
pulled up, but I mean like you were talking in broad sense of one role versus another, right?
Yeah.
So like obviously QB would be something, linebacker would be something, running back would be something, defensive lineman, wide receiver, like I understand these are all like positions, right?
QB, yeah.
That doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know what they do.
Offensive line, defensive line, those are your tanks. They're the trenches. They are the hold the fort down.
So those guys will line time, right?
Yep. Yeah. Which I'm glad I'm having this with you because it legit is helping me. Because there are dudes that want me to teach them, and a lot of what I say is you need to find systems, you need to find schemes, etc. that fit you.
That's not even meaning anything. I understand
You're
what that
correct, yeah.
means. I understand.
That's why I'm happy I'm having this.
right? So
Yep.
this is a little extra.
Yep.
Okay. So I got the people on my side. I got the people with tell me the differences.
Yes.
These are people who run segment with QBs.
Now, on the upper side of the blue line, those guys, correct. They can also be considered tanks. But for Final Fantasy XIV, I would call them Dark Knights. Meaning
Okay.
they wanna be tanks, but they also want to be DPS.
Okay. How about we call these interrupters?
And that's literally a skill in this game. Interrupters. They are interrupters.
There you go.
Um,
Let's
yeah.
call them our interrupters. They're our CCs. Our projects.
Yep. Based on how you recruit, they can either cover everything at the line of scrimmage that the base tanks can't, or they can rely on what the base tanks can, or rely on the base tanks and cover everything behind the base tanks and continue to tank.
Alright, so here's the question. Who do these people that sit inside the line for defense?
So from the image you're looking at,
It should be the same as the one you're looking at.
yes, correct, yes. So you got three guys with their hand down on the ground, and you have three guys above them but shifted to the left a little bit.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys to the left here. 1, 2, 3.
Just
Different.
take the three linemen, the guys with their hands in the dirt, go up and to the left a little bit. Those are your linebackers. Nothing outside of that.
So hold on. On the line, I got. Well, there's more dudes that are okay. You just got the flanker on the left. Right from the start.
No. He's got his hands down, but he doesn't have his hands in the dirt.
Oh, okay. Alright, fair enough.
Yeah.
So the blue dudes, the hands in the dirt are what?
Those are your tanks. Those are your defensive linemen.
The dude, and the guy obviously to the left. And the dude on the left with his hands in the dirt is the left. That's me too.
Correct.
Is this trying to get to my program?
Correct. So you got the star. So you look at so both the D linemen and the linebackers. There's a star in the middle of both of them. The star, the D line and the linebackers. There's a star in the middle of both of them.
I mean, I see the star
Uh, uh,
on the left, and I see the star in the middle of the program.
Ignore the offensive side. Everything below the 30. All the blue jerseys. Yeah, ignore all the blue jerseys. Focus on the white jerseys.
Only the white jersey. So you're talking about the dude on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Correct.
Okay, the one star. Okay, I'm looking at it.
Yeah, that's your middle linebacker, the one with the M. You'll see it here in a second because I pulled up my play.
At the top of the left. I got that.
Yep, the one with the M. Yeah, the guy to the left and to the right of him, those are your two linebackers. So the three guys with their hands in the dirt, and those three, those are what you focus on. Those are your tanks. The ones that are standing up, they can be tanks / DPS / whatever. Not really, because that relies on relies on the guys behind him. That's why they're hybrid roles. So you can use the linebackers to do multiple things. So we've discussed 6 of the guys on that side of the ball. The other 5, they are pure support. they need to cover everything that is going out, outside of there. So we got the three on the line. Star, yeah, star in the middle. Left of the star, right of the star. And then the three behind him. Star, left of the star, right of the star. Correct, yes. And then on the far left and the far right, you have two stars. You'll see that in here in a second. Again, ignore the blues. Ignore the blue jerseys. Look on the far left, and you'll see, yeah. So those are corners. On the far left, the guy just inside of him is a corner also. That means I have three corners. Those guys are basically DPS for the defense. The dude that's standing up ready to fuck somebody up, that's a linebacker. The two to the left of him are corners. Nope, on the far right. The far right player on the star. So those are your corners. They are pure DPS. The two deepest guys, the farthest back, those are your healers. They're your catch-all. Like, they are, hey, anything you guys miss, I got. Yep. Yeah, you're good. He's going forward right. Triangle is going forward or left and then forward and then left. Basically, he's trying to draw. And if all else fails, we have R1. Yep. So he could cover X or he could cover R1. And we. The guy above him. And you're not far from the truth. You're really not. Some of this you just need to see how the play develops after you snap the ball and everything goes live. Because the yeah, square and R1 are your fail safes, depending on what the two farthest left and farthest right guys do. Yep. Now, I'm gonna throw a curveball at you, right? So we know circle is going to the middle, right? Yep. He's running. Yeah. So circle is running up and to the right. So towards the M, right? So the two deep guys, let's say the right deep guy ends up cheating in on circle. Well, that opens up X, right? Yeah. The no, so circle, if he runs up and to the right, the so you, the two top furthest most guys, right? The two safeties. The one on the right, top right. What if he cheats in to the left, towards the middle, to take away circle? He might though. But that's also why you have to read after the play. Yeah. You didn't throw that right. No, and that's what you're seeing is I tapped it, and that's where I'm dealing with a young quarterback. He should have put more air under that to get it more to the outside. Let me pull up the replay. Well, no. Yeah, that. Fortunately, I only ran one play, so I can see what you're seeing. Um, yeah. All right. So all I can figure out to your question is X would have been. Yeah. Same play. X would have been number. Well, this is a play you just watched. Yeah, you called triangle and circle, and I went to triangle. Yeah, circle is not open though.
It was. Circle's right there in front of his face.
Yeah, this you'll see it in here in a second. And you'll see where his head is at and where he's at in his route. Whereas I went with triangle early because he definitely had both beat deep. Just my quarterback, again, doesn't have the greatest deep accuracy right now, unfortunately. But I got to take those shots.
Right, but I mean, like, what I'm getting at is he didn't have to take that shot because you web that with circle and triangle right there in the middle, and I feel like if you caught that, you would have made the yardage anyway.
And that's also where you got to weigh risk reward. Again, other things we got to take into account: down, distance, this, that, and the other.
Right, but I guess what I'm getting at as well is like, assuming that you did have to go for 4 touchdowns, 4 PAs, or whatever, right? Like, why not just take the incremental yards, right?
Normally, that
It's a
don't.
inching thing.
Yeah, normally that's what I do. Normally that is absolutely what I do. Like I don't care 3 yards, 4 yards, whatever. I'm looking to gain yards. But if we want to really break down a play, yeah, I'm gonna break down a play. Again, just sometimes playing it, sometimes your eyes are not always where they should be because you see different things differently.
No, I mean, I get it. I do.
How the fuck did you get that? But yeah, really best way would be just to go in a real game, which I'm not doing tonight. Fuck that, because I'm playing the #1 team in the nation. But go into a real game and throw that shit up. See, yeah, man, I might mute myself, but yeah, I'm taking that shit serious. Like every play matters, this, that, and the other. Because I will give you this. In practice, I do throw some shit up just to see how it lands, but that's why it's practice. You gotta find out how these things work, right? But yeah, when I walk into a game, different ball game. Like I'm there to win. I've been there. Come on. No, I did the same. When you disappeared for a second. How the fuck do you drop that? You dumb motherfucker. Just practice. Just frustrated why certain plays aren't working, but then understanding I subbed in certain players that I don't know how I feel about them, but yeah, I do know how I feel about them. And they're making me hate my life right now. Did you just say he bought 2 Arlo cameras? I'm just shaking my head right now. Because they're Arlo cameras. Yeah, they are. That's why I'm shaking my head.